Hey, look at this. There's a brand new Roycycled spring release, and I am going to use all 7 papers on 7 different projects. My name is Lynn, and this is L&J Goods. Once again, I've walked around the shop, I've looked at our stash, and I found some things that have been in progress and some things that have just been laying around, and I'd like to transform each of these items into something beautiful with decoupage and share some fun techniques that I tried along the way. We'll start with this suitcase that's been in the basement. The inside is absolutely clean and perfect, so I just wanted to get the outside also cleaned up, so I used some TSP, cleaned it, dried it, and then applied PENTART's bonding primer to the exterior of the suitcase. I really wanted to maintain the sides of the suitcase as they are, and also the trim, because I think the colors are going to work beautifully with this Roycycled paper. This is the Roycycled PHOTOJOURNAL MASTERBOARD, and I have already trimmed this one side to fit, and in just a minute I'll show you how I use the leftovers to piece together the opposite side. The bonding primer is going to make sure that my decoupage medium is adhering. For all of these projects, I'm using the Debbie's DIY Liquid Patina as my decoupage medium du jour. As you can see, I'm working in sections, applying the liquid patina, misting the paper as I go, and then pressing that into that decoupage medium. After I have pressed the paper into the liquid patina, I'll use a felt edge decoupage tool to get rid of any bubbles or wrinkles that may have occurred. Now let's go ahead and do the opposite side. I'm using whatever's left over. I use my fingernail to kind of cut along that interior edge, and I just pull the excess paper away. I'm left with that one corner to fill in, so I just took some of my excess paper, cut some strips that would fit, and then go ahead and decoupage those into place. I even added a little extra tag with the very little bit that I had left over, tied it all up with a ribbon. This little vintage suitcase becomes a perfect travel case for your journaling supplies or art supplies. In the basement, we have this endless supply, it seems, of wood boxes. These are vintage and all handmade. So I'm going to go ahead and base coat those with a white paint and then cut my Patina Roses paper to size. Once again, I'm just going to use the basic principles of decoupage with Roycycled papers. I'm applying liquid patina, and then working section by section, I will lay that decoupage paper down after I have misted it and use that felt edge tool in order to smooth out any wrinkles or bubbles. And I just work my way around the entire box.
This is as good a day as any to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that
Once I have decoupaged the entire exterior of the box, I'm going to set this aside to dry completely. Overnight is really good. And then the next day, I will sand away any excess to give a nice clean finish. And I'll also paint the bottom of the box for a nice finish.
harmony when the old one's gone under the knife, and I can feel the sun on my skin.
Project 3 is this wood charcuterie board. They're imported pieces that I've had in my stash for quite some time. So I'm going to go ahead and base coat this entire thing, and when it's dry, I'll sand it to sand the edges smooth. This is Roycycled Botanical Masterboard, and I am going to use about half of this sheet to decoupage onto this painted charcuterie board, let it dry overnight, sand off the excess, and then give it a final coat of Jane's FUNKITURE Rock Hard so that it is a waterproof finish. This picnic basket has been laying around the shop for a while. I had already painted the top of it white because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. I'm using Roycycled's paintable floral decoupage paper, and again applying my paper as I usually do into that liquid patina, smoothing it out to reduce any bubbles or wrinkles, and then applying another coat of liquid patina right over the top. I'll let that all dry together overnight, and then the next day I come in and sand away any excess paper for a nice clean finish around the edge. If I happen to have a piece that has not adhered completely, now's my time to fix it. This paper is beautiful on its own, but I'm going to go ahead and paint in the details. I'm using the liquid patina along with a couple colors of fusion mineral paint, and I'm creating almost a glaze. I want to fill in the florals and the leaves with these two colors. Of course, you can use any paint that you want, but the idea is to create a transparent wash over all of this detail. The shading is built right in, so you get a beautiful effect just with these washes of color. I'll allow this paint job to dry completely, then I'll seal the entire top of the piece with our FUNKITURE Rock Hard for a waterproof finish. This is a project that I've had around for so long. I had originally painted it with milk paint, and I decided that I wanted to try a new technique. I want to decoupage over a Crackle medium. So I need a contrasting color on the base. So I've just used Fusion's cast iron to paint the top of this riser. After it has dried completely, I'll go ahead and do the PENTART one-step Crackle. Apply this over the top of the dark paint, and I'm using random brush strokes and dabbing it into place so that I have a nice random effect. Of course, you'll want this Crackle compound to dry completely and then add a coat of a white or contrasting color. I've used Fusion's Victorian lace in this case, and you can see that as I start to apply the paint, it is already starting to crackle. While the top is drying, I'm going to dry brush some of that Victorian lace over the rest of the piece, just to let a little bit of that pink undercoat to show through. This is Roycycled's Burlap Roses. It is 2 different patterns on one sheet. I'm actually going to use 2 sheets of paper and use the smaller of the paper designs on the top of this riser. I'm able to position the papers next to each other so that they match up almost perfectly. Then I'll go ahead and decoupage right over top of that crackle finish, and I'll wrap the paper right around the edges of the top. Once I have decoupaged everything in place, I am going to then apply another coat of the liquid patina right over top to seal everything in place. Then I'll let that dry. Here I'm just touching up any little bits that need touching up with the Victorian lace. And then I will sand off any little edges so that I can reveal some of those other paint layers that are underneath. Oh my goodness, I just love the way that this paper is transparent enough to show that crackle finish underneath. This is a little multi-drawer cabinet that I found on Amazon quite some time ago. If I can find it again, I'll link it in the description box below. JR removed all of the hardware. Then I prepped the piece by lightly sanding all of the surfaces. And applying 2 coats of Fusion's Tapestry paint.
This is where I should belong, inside a simple song.
For this piece, I want to decoupage it all in one sheet over the entire surface. And so I'm going to start to apply the liquid patina on one side to get a nice anchor strip going. Mist the decoupage paper. This paper is called Typography Love, and I will apply that paper into the wet liquid patina and then carefully brush another coat of liquid patina over the top. I'll also use my little felt edge decoupage tool to make sure that I have complete adhesion on all of the rails and each of the drawers. I'd love to remind you that each of the products that I've used today can be found linked in the description box below. And of course, don't hesitate to reach out and ask us any questions that you may have about the products that we've used. Of course, I want this all to dry very well, and the next day I'm going to come in and sand away any excess and use an X-Acto knife to trim away all of the drawers. In order to give each of the drawer edges and the carrier box a nice clean finish, I'm going to sand everything. And I'll give one extra coat of liquid patina over the entire surface of my decoupage. We'll put the hardware back on each of the drawers, and there we go, a cute little drawer cubby that has been upcycled with Roycycled's typography love. This is a thrifted brass serving tray, and we're going to go ahead and give this an upcycle with the Roycycled teal texture paper. I use my fingernail to score that paper and create these little circle inserts that'll fit onto each of the serving platforms. In order to prepare the surface of the metal, I'm using the PENTART bonding primer again, applying just a thin coat, and I let that sit for 24 hours. Now I just proceed with the decoupage of each of these little serving platforms and apply the Roycycled teal texture with liquid patina. While you're here with us today, we'd love it if you would watch to the end. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the notification bell. Leave us a comment because we'd love to know which of these is your favorite project. Again, I want to show you that after I have applied the decoupage paper into the liquid patina, I am going to apply another coat of liquid patina right over the top of that wet paper. This will give me an even more flawless finish as all of those layers dry together. Of course, I will set it aside to let everything dry completely. I want to go ahead and add one other little detail with the WILDE BLOEMEN IOD transfer. So I've cut out some contrasting butterflies and apply one to each of the little serving platforms. It's really important when you are applying a transfer over decoupage that you have assured that your decoupage has dried completely. For extra waterproof protection, I'm adding a layer of that FUNKITURE Rock Hard Marine Grade Varnish. So I've used 7 new Roycycled papers on 7 different projects. I hope that you were inspired by each of them. I want to thank you for hanging out with us here at L&J Goods. You can find all of the products we used in the description box below or at lnjgoods.com.